What up? What up? Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Hey, Kristen, can you make me a co-host, please?
How do I do that?
I have no clue. I thought you're the Twitter specialist here.
Okay, let me try.
Can you
This
make
will
Gen
be
1?
better. This will be better so you guys could control it.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
I just want the fancy title. Oh crap!
No, this is good. Because I'm working, so I can't, like, if I hear you guys say something like, oh, put this person on, I'm like, how? So I have to
I
take off
know.
my clothes.
They
So
they
there
made
you
it.
go.
They made it just for you, Christine. They knew.
Hell yeah. So you got it, right?
Yeah. Can you make Gen 1 too, in case I can't do something or she needs to do something while make it
Okay.
easier.
Did she get it?
I don't know.
Jen, did you get it?
Hey y'all.
Got it.
Yo, my
Perfect.
man. W WCC.
All right, you guys could handle the buttons from here.
Yay, I get permission for the buttons now. I'm moving on up. Hey, anybody that's in here, please, can you go ahead and start inviting out to the room? We'll get started in a minute. But please invite. Let's get this going. Let's learn some crypto today, y'all. So much going on in the crypto world.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing, boss man?
I'm still a virgin crypto guy, so I'll continue to absorb everything that Mr. Rue provides for me. And like I said, I'm still going after that CGCX coin. Take a peek. That's my one plug on crypto.
I got you. I'm ready to schedule you, put you on the schedule.
Yeah,
Go ahead and get into it.
I'll dive in. I'm talking to Dr. Vin. I got the invite to Malaysia when I go out there to see him and the team for MJWL, so that's exciting.
Okay, that's gonna be crazy, man. Well, I can't
Yeah,
wait to hear about it.
So, but definitely, blockchain crypto, man. I want to invest all my money in like platforms, this, that. It's the Web 3.0 age. It's coming.
Yes,
It's going to be bigger than
definitely,
ever.
man. Web 3.0
I think
is
you're going to be
huge.
good at it, Matt, once you start doing crypto.
Yeah,
I
for sure. I'm just
that
still,
I
getting to that
agree.
next level in the OTC, dealing with, buying a house, doing some other stuff, and then I'll definitely be going after it.
Dude, you can even do crypto with houses, with real estate. There's so much you can
And,
do.
and that's what's crazy about what I love. I'm so bullish on MJWL and stuff is that they're so involved with like EMAR. It's a
Yeah,
$9 billion company and it's all real estate transactions. Like they're so forward thinking. So it's everything. It's the future. It's not just trading coins. It's going to be incorporated blockchain, DeFi
yeah,
into almost every big business, big block, everything you do at purchase. So very cool.
100%. And honestly, I personally believe, and I don't want to get too far into this. Hopefully, we can get our guest on soon. But blockchain has the ability, to me personally, to take over launch or bringing your business onto the market and getting the proper funding to expand it. And I think a lot of businesses will use it as an alternative to instead of doing an IPO on the stock market and just create some type of security token that applies to their business, and it makes it easier. And then you have a lot more competition towards bigger names in the industry that small businesses can literally possibly take out just because now they have the support and they don't have to go through all these different types of steps just to get the funding. But yeah, man,
Yeah, well,
it's a
the
lot.
fun part is, there's just so many avenues. It's so fresh, but yet so big already that
Yeah,
it will take over in every aspect
dude.
of life, purchasing,
And
businesses. So super cool.
100%. And a lot of people don't realize crypto's in its infant stage, dude. And that's why you see the government trying to regulate it as much as possible, because so much that can be done here that people they won't let it just die out like this because there's too much possibility. But
Already happening, right? Like India banned it, and then
yeah,
I believe Dr. Vin and them were a big piece of this. That they were the first insured BGBF in them in India. That they ended up opening it back up to
that's exactly
CGCX in them. Like super
exactly
amazing.
the
We're talking
best,
like a massive.
dude. Dude, you're already getting there, man.
I'm there. I got all the background. It's all surrounded around my.
This is so
my
weird. It's weird hearing Matt.
Talk
It's
about
weird hearing
crypto, right?
Matt talk about crypto. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
so
understand it.
super
I
weird.
know it's the future. I just haven't, dove into coins and stuff yet. For me, I'm still an ROI guy. So
Yeah.
buying a coin needs to go XYZ to get me at that 100 or 500%. But I do believe it's long term wealth. It's everything. It's platform. So I'll let you guys go. I'm happy to be here. Crush it, OTC Club and Rue and Jen. Thank you.
Yeah,
Haven't met you
Jen could teach
personally,
you
but
all about those lottos, those
okay.
runs. Jen jumps on all those 1,000% runs, right, Jen?
Hey, and I'm all about those.
What do they call it now, Jen? Jen's gems.
Jen's gems. They run
Yep.
thousands of percent.
Shout out, shout out to Mix for the name. I don't know if he's in here.
Hmm.
And
So hey, everybody,
you
go
guys
ahead.
have the co-host buttons and stuff. So I'm gonna put my gloves back on and I'm just gonna listen and yay.
Yes, we can
Cool. I
have
see that now.
Christine
That is
here.
so dope.
I know, dude. When I seen
Yo.
this, I was like, "Oh yes, here we go. This is what
Oh
we
my
need."
God. So
All
hey,
right.
everybody, go
Have
ahead.
Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Thank you, thank you. Please share the room out, y'all. So, just to get started, everybody knows this room will be recorded, and will be posted on our YouTube channel. So if you have your voice up here, you will be famous on our channel. Just be aware of that, okay? Um, Tonight we are featuring our guest. I'm not sure when he's Jen. Any updates on that? To go over, talk, ask some questions, and so on and so forth. We do want to go over kind of the state of crypto right now. I know you guys have been seeing this provision that's been going on, and if you have any questions about it, we can kind of talk about it. We probably get some questions sent
Hmm.
to the panel, and we can get into it in a little bit. So, yeah, please invite this room out so we can get some more
Yep.
people before we begin. We will start at 8:05, or whenever we get our guest here.
Hey, everybody. Like he said, like Mr. Roos said, go ahead and tweet out the room. Now it looks like a little feather at the bottom of the corner of your
Oh, we got a
phone.
feather now.
Yeah, it looks like it's fancy. So now you have a fancy feather so you can tweet out the room.
So
I
feather
would
out the room now,
appreciate
right?
it. Yeah, I would appreciate it. Everybody go ahead and tweet out the room.
Get it
Yeah, so
out,
let's
y'all.
do it.
Oh my God, that's so much easier.
Isn't
Just
it?
hit
The
the feather.
feather.
Hit the feather. That's it.
Hit the feather. That's the new term now. Hit the feather.
Hit the
Do
feather.
it. Let's do it. All right, it's 8:05. Welcome to the OTC Club Cryptalk with Mr. Rue and Jeno. And in this area, forming a nice bull flag. Both ETH and Bitcoin follow the similar trends. It seems like when one bull runs, the other one follows. Let's see those higher highs. Can you take me higher? Can you take me higher? Yeah, you like that, don't you?
I
Doge.
love it.
Oh my! Can
Doge.
we have her like just do forecast on everything?
So I have one for Doge too. So Doge is rejecting a major resistance level with a support at 0.22 cents. You have 11 days once we find a maximum support level. Dogecoin to the moon though. And this is Dow for your crypto guru.
I love it, man. No, we need to get you like a trophy for that because you're amazing. Cool. So, I would say overall from that, we're still pretty bullish. I still stand by what I'm saying for next month. That I feel like we get pretty bullish in the crypto space, and have a nice turnaround for to make some good gains. So again, it's still time to start looking at those retracements and catch the ones that fell way below, you know, their previous value in May. So like we had those watch lists from last week, pay attention to them. They might not be bullish as much yet, but I still feel like um, there's a lot of gains to be made, and I think it's coming soon. So thank you for that, Dawn. All right, cool. So Jen,
Okay, so
update
our host seems to be, I don't know,
our,
running
our
late.
guest.
Um, all right, excuse me, our guest. seems to be running late or something. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started, and if he drops in, then we'll just continue on. Um, but Rue, can you go over what we went over last week?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so last week yield farming. So everybody understand yield farming. This is where you can pretty much do different ways for you to gain interest on your coins, right? So we went into staking. A good platform that Hannah mentioned was PancakeSwap. um, and I feel like that was a good one for new people who are new to yield farming. A good one for you to start with. Um, but yeah, we did go over yield farming, and we covered how to stake, or what resources you can use to get some more information around staking. I remember giving you guys a website called stakingrewards.com, I believe, and it'll give you um, a breakdown of different staking opportunities and how much value that's in within that stake, and so on and so forth. So if you have any questions around yield farming, feel free to send those questions to the panel, and we can go a little bit deeper into it. And also, we went over some plays. So Jen, can you kind of tell us the watch list that you gave last week, and kind of tell us how it progressed, or where it's at right now?
Um, I don't have it pulled up right now, but I know that with Landshare, I talked about Landshare, which is like a real estate crypto coin
Yeah.
that is still in pre-sale right now. So if you guys want to get in on it, the website is landshare.io. Okay, so you can go onto that website, you can review it, see if you want to get into it. This is not financial advice, of course, but go ahead and check it out and see if you like what they're doing. I like it. You guys can invest if you want. That was one of them. That didn't go off yet, but Nuts Gaming, which is like a poker slash gaming crypto coin. It connects esports and poker and takes it to the next level. So with Nuts Gaming, last Friday, if you were to get into it, um, I posted on my page how it shot up. I don't know how far. Hold on, excuse me. I don't know what the X is on it, but it went pretty high. Let me check my page just to make sure. But if you would have got into it on that last Friday when we talked about it, you definitely have made some healthy gains as I did. So those were the two things that we talked about last week. The two gems that we talked about.
Awesome. And for the main market, my gems were, well, they're not gems yet, but they will be. We talked about Neo. So again, Neo was worth a lot. I think around $150. Now it's averaging about 42. So I think it did retrace a bit from 46. And again, I still am very bullish. And I believe when we do see that turnaround, that one will make some gains. And I believe right now it's being loaded. So just from my advice, not financial advice, but advice, would be to pay attention to it, because I do see a nice return on that one. At the very least, 100% return. Um, Also, we talked about Polygon, and kind of what Polygon is doing. I'm not going to get into it today. And we also talked about ADA. So those three were on my watch list. I will be bringing some more today, same as Jen. Um, so what is looking like the guest? I'm not sure um, if he gave you any update. He gave us any update, but we're not gonna waste time by just waiting on him. So what I did want to talk to you guys today. This was gonna be a question as well to the guest. Was what's going on with crypto right now. So fight for the future. I'm not sure if anybody's aware of the provision bill that's happened. The crypto provision that's hidden in a bill that apparently has to be passed. And this is going to affect the crypto space pretty, you know, it's going to affect us because we want it to stay. We don't want it to be regulated, so it's important. And if you aren't sure or haven't heard about it, please go to Fight for the Future on Twitter. This is a account that basically us aware of our human rights, especially digital rights for the human rights. So feel free to go on that page to learn a little bit more about it. But yeah, so this bill, if it passes, is gonna pretty much change how we buy, sell, or trade cryptocurrency. Right, it's gonna affect it, and it deals with pretty much the taxes around recording, our profit, so it can be, recorded for tax purposes. And this can be very problematic because, again, it adds in regulation through crypto. And I'm not sure how much people are very aware about it, but it can be very, very, it can become a huge issue for us. So please take time to look into that.
Hey, Real.
Yeah, or whenever we get our guest here.
Hey, everybody. Like he said, like Mr. Roos said, go ahead and tweet out the room. Now it looks like a little feather at the bottom of the corner of your
Oh, we got a
phone.
feather now.
Yeah, it looks like it's fancy. So now you have a fancy feather so you can tweet out the room.
So
I
feather
would
out the room now,
appreciate
right?
it. Yeah, I would appreciate it. Everybody go ahead and tweet out the room.
Get it
Yeah, so
out,
let's
y'all.
do it.
Oh my God, that's so much easier.
Isn't
Just
it?
The feather.
hit the feather. That's it.
Hit the feather. That's the new term now. Hit the feather.
Hit the
Let's do
feather.
it. Let's do it. All right, it's 8:05. Welcome to the OTC Club Cryptalk with Mr. Rue and Jeno. And
Oh. Queen could probably speak more to that. But so, anyways, basically, a proposal is set out in this bill, HR 3684, broker, to include, and I'm going to quote the language, to include anyone who's responsible for and regularly providing any service effectuating transfers of digital assets on behalf of another person.
Mm-hmm.
These newly defined brokers would be then required to comply with IRS reporting requirements for brokers, including filing Form 1099s with the IRS. They would have to collect user data, names and addresses. Essentially, they'd have to go through a KYC process.
Yep. Know your customer if anybody's aware.
Right.
Hey,
So
Hannah, can you break down what a KYC process is?
KYC stands for Know Your Customer, right? So it's if you've ever signed up for like Crypto.com or Coinbase and you had to fill out your personal identification information, send a picture of your ID. That's the KYC process, right? So the platforms in the U.S. are already have to do this, right? They're already subject to these reporting requirements. However, what this bill is looking to do is completely expand this definition of broker, and the language is so vague, right? And it's very poorly crafted. Because, okay, so I'm going to read it again. Anyone who is responsible for and regularly providing any service effectuating transfer of digital assets.
Mm-hmm.
Completely vague. Like, that can be anybody, right?
So, their reasoning behind doing this is strictly based off of regulating like criminal activity, and that's kind of like their case on just pushing this bill on us. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is Queen on?
No, I don't
So
see her.
Queen's she's our
Yeah.
resident legal expert. So I love her. So I don't know if yeah. So if she's not on right now, that's true. She's just getting home from vacation, isn't she? So, yeah. So I don't actually. Yeah. So I think that has a lot to do with it. The sort of security.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, one can speculate that it has to do with a lot more than that, right?
Oh, of course, yeah, I'm 100% sure that.
I mean,
this is for personal benefit.
essentially, this is setting the platform for U.S. crypto policy, blockchain technology policy, that's probably going to affect us for years, right? So this is pretty critical. So that's the bad news. Well, no, that's bad news part one, right? The good news is that there has been a amendment proposed, right? It's being spearheaded by Senators Wyden, Toomey, and Loomis. And I find it kind of interesting that it's kind of it's not like a partisan thing, right? So oftentimes you get, it gets divided along party lines. This is not the case with this. So I forget who's a Democrat, who's a Republican, but I think Wyden is a Democrat, and then Toomey and Loomis are both Republicans. So it's kind of bipartisan, which is cool to see. So they've introduced an amendment that would seek to fix the language in the bill. And it would clarify that the expansion of the definition of a broker doesn't apply to open source software developers or validators like miners or stakers.
Yes.
Right, which is super important. So that amendment coming up in continued debate pushed the vote out from, I think the vote was supposed to be yesterday, and then it was supposed to be today, and now it's pushed to Saturday. Now, bad news part two is there has been a new amendment proposed, and this is coming from, who is it? It's coming from Warner, Cinema, and Portman. Once again, not divided along a party line. You have Democrats and Republicans in that group. But the problem is this dueling amendment is backed by the White House and the Treasury Department. So what this amendment would provide for providers would be exempted from the requirements. So what that means is that other entities in the industry, like software developers, proof of stake protocols, other types of validators, they would still be burdened with the redefinition of broker. They'd still have to comply. And essentially that would bring like mass surveillance into cryptocurrency in this country. What do you call it? Sorry, I'm amendment. Sorry, guys. The Wyden Amendment supports the crypto industry because if this happens, we're probably going to lose a lot of the crypto industry, right? It's going to go abroad where they don't have these same sanctions and requirements. It's technology neutral and requires reporting only for groups that can comply, as opposed to the Warner-Portman amendment, which would essentially be catastrophic. And it's not technology neutral. It's targeting the proof of stake protocols. And essentially, it imposes reporting requirements that the technology literally at this point could not comply with. It's just not built for that, right? So that's what's going on essentially, is you have the bill, which is bad. You have an amendment, one of which sort of fixes it and the other which makes it worse, right? And this is getting voted on tomorrow.
Yes.
So this is pretty critical. And I haven't paid, to be honest, I haven't really paid that much attention to politics. It's kind of depressing. But when it comes to something like crypto, all of a sudden, like I'm like back on the,
You're
this
super
is so
engaged,
important.
right?
You know what I mean? I'm engaged. So you mentioned earlier the website. That's a really good one. But it basically gives you, let me pull it up, a form where you can find, you just enter your zip code and I think your zip code, maybe it's your zip code and your phone number or something. But anyways, it links you to your senator's office, and basically just really encouraging everybody to make a call to your senator, leave a message at your senator's office, tweet out to your senator, send an email to your senator. There's been, in the past few days, there's been tens of thousands. I mean, apparently the Hill is just getting inundated with phone calls from constituents to the senators in support of the Loomis-Toomey-Wyden amendment, which is the one we want, the one that's healthy for crypto. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we can do as citizens, right? Is we can contact our legislators. So, Rue, let's see if we can get this tweeted out.
Oh yeah, guys, and also I know a lot of people are thinking like, what am I going to say to the senator? Like, I'm just hearing about this, and it's going to be passed tomorrow, and all this good stuff. But the good part about that website that's getting tweeted out is that it has kind of like a little paragraph of what you should say to your senator. So just in case you don't know what to say, you can just kind of just read that off and leave it on their voicemail. But we do need everybody's voice to be heard, so that we can put a stop to it, or just try to do something about it. We don't want to just stay stagnant and not say anything. And at least if you do make this phone call that you tried to do something. You don't want to just sit there and not do anything about it, especially if you love crypto.
Yeah, for sure. So I just tweeted out, I retweeted a tweet from Jerry Brito, or Brito, however you pronounce it. He's a champion in this space. He's the executive director of Coin Center, a DC-based crypto think tank. So definitely give him a follow. There's pretty much 3 people that I've been following on this issue. There's Jerry Brito, there's Brian Armstrong, which is at Brian_Armstrong. He's the CEO of Coinbase. But he obviously has a vested interest, but he's a champion as well. And then there's a third person that I've been following on this issue, who is, what's his name? He's a lawyer, Jake Chervinsky, at J Chervinsky. And I recommend following him as well. And so if you follow him and if you follow Brito, essentially you'll be kept completely up to date on what's going on. So yes, I highly recommend that. I'll retweet him as well right now. So
Okay.
Yep.
So my question is, could it possibly become an issue though by calling everyone a broker? Like, is that even a good thing in crypto?
No, it's a horrible thing.
Bill? Yeah.
Terrible thing.
Okay, so I would like to get some questions around this. I know this is kind of new for me as well. Like, I just literally looked into it today, but it's very important. I feel like this was a great topic to bring up with someone who is, well versed, and has a token, how it would affect his business. But we can talk about it. And any questions that you may have, please feel free to send it to the panel, and we get more in depth. So,
does anybody have any questions right now? If you do, please raise your hand.
all right, cool. Probably bring some people up as well. All right. So yeah, it's. I think people are taking it lightly and they don't understand how much this can actually hurt the crypto space, and it's actually a huge setback for us because crypto brings so much, just the technology in itself. We would hate for that to be regulated. So y'all, please make sure that you're looking into this and make sure you vote, and contact your senators. So, panel, y'all have any questions around this? I know this is kind of just random, but from what you heard, do you have any questions?
Well, I don't have any questions, but I'm just kind of look. I don't. Excuse me, my stutter is coming on, but I don't have any questions around it. I just am scared of what it's going to do to the DeFi space, because the whole purpose of DeFi, the whole purpose of crypto, is for it to be anonymous, right? For us not to be regulated, for us not to be watched by the government. But it just seems as though like they see how successful the DeFi space is and crypto is, and they just want to cut. They want to get in. And it's like, okay, y'all messed up y'all messed up what y'all had going on with the US money. Now y'all printing money. Now y'all want to jump into the crypto space and try to mess up what we got going on. So I'm just saying, like, I just don't want it to turn into another thing that the US messes up for us.
Well, yeah. Just in general, it doesn't need to be regulated, period, because it just defeats the entire purpose. And I think what they're trying to achieve is making it worthless, because that's exactly what it will become. So, yeah, go vote, please.
I mean, the thing
You look
is,
into it.
we have regulation, right? Brokers are regulated. The brokers are already regulated. The issue here is the expansion of the language to include essentially what is like an extremely potentially broad category. It's just kind of undefined. It's almost like writing a blank check for who could be covered under this definition of broker. That's the real problem here. And then,
And would this also cause an issue with developers as well? Because I believe I read something regarding like not everyone will be able to create a token anymore. Or did you see anything about that?
yeah, so I mean, it definitely would have far-reaching implications for developers, right? Because go back to the language in the bill. Redefine a broker to include anyone who is responsible for and regularly providing any service effectuating transfers of digital assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what does that actually mean? What does that actually cover? And this is kind of why I wish Queen was here because she could probably speak a little bit more to the legal language of it. But to me, that just sounds so. I mean, if I transfer some coins to you, I mean, okay, so it's providing any service effectuating transfers of digital assets. So in my mind, that would cover like DEXs, right? So like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, I would imagine they would be covered. We already talked about the staking pools, the mining pools.
So that more so focused on like the utility-based tokens. It seems like that's what that's targeting.
If there's anyone on the call right now, anyone in the room who has input or knowledge on this, we'd love for you to speak up. Because no ways are we experts on this. It's just something that, like I said, it literally came to my attention like 2 days ago. It was the first time I've read anything in a Senate proposal since I was in college, which I'm not even telling you how long ago that was.
Exactly. And the reason why we talk about it isn't just to, speak on it. I mean, we have little knowledge around what's really going on. And honestly, Hannah, you explained it very well. But as far as explaining every single detail, I haven't been following that long. But it's necessary to talk about it because, again, it is coming very soon, and this bill will be passed if we don't provide our vote, or at least speak about it. So
right.
Yeah, if anybody is down in the audience that would like to add any additional information around this, let us know, because I think this is something that we should be vocal about, whether you have a lot of knowledge around it or not. Okay, so it'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, the proposed amendment, which goes under the name of the Wyden Amendment or Wyden-Toomey-Loomis Amendment, is the one that fixes and clarifies, fixes it, I guess. I mean, I wish it wasn't there at all, but it clarifies the language. It makes it better, at least. And so basically, it clarifies the definition of a broker, so it doesn't apply to open source software developers or validators like miners or stakers, which is why we absolutely have to support that amendment. And then once again, to reiterate, the other proposed amendment, which came out today, the Warner focuses unfairly on a particular technology, proof of stake technology. So essentially, in this bad amendment, the most recent one, the Warner Amendment, they would exempt proof of work validators and digital wallet providers. Only proof of work, right? Not the proof of stake. So the proof of validators are like, Ethereum, XLM. I mean, just, you can go down the list. And the proof of work are like, I mean, it's basically Bitcoin, right? Among a few others.
Exactly.
So it would essentially, it would unfairly target particular technologies. And I'm just speculating, but I mean, there's a lot of billionaires that own Bitcoin, so it kind of makes you wonder, like, this is kind of interesting. Like this comes out like, and I'm not like a Bitcoin hater, Bitcoin bear, but neither am I Bitcoin maxi in any sense, you know. So it's like you just kind of wonder, like,
Well, I mean,
this is good for Bitcoin. This is good for
well,
Bitcoin, but bad for
but
everything else.
but
That's interesting. Who does that
but
serve?
that's a good point, Hannah. But okay, say for instance, Bitcoin is the only positive out of this, and every other token is pretty much going to shit. How could that?
And then the maxis win.
Well, the ones that are proof of work. Yeah. So how could that benefit the ecosystem though? Because I mean, that personally would drive a lot of people away. Then Bitcoin would probably be the only one, that is even viable. Would that benefit the cryptocurrency? I mean, crypto community in any kind of way, and the longevity of crypto. I mean, just obviously, this is just things that
No,
we're
no. I mean,
thinking about, but
no. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I think anything is better than nothing, right? So, well, it might not even be the case, right? It might actually be worse for it to focus on a
exactly.
particular technology, right? Like that might actually be worse than the original wording of the bill.
All right. So, anybody have any questions? Raise your hands, please. I'd like to talk more about this, honestly, and would love to get anybody who's been following this for a while insight. All right. So, if I don't have any questions, Jen, did you get any update?
No, no update here.
All right, cool. So we're
We'll
gonna
just
go
So
keep
it
ahead and
looks
talking.
call it
like
out for the day.
Max. It looks like Max still wants to come up.
All right, cool. Let's get Max Steel up. I don't see any requests. Can you request for me, Max, please? Yeah, I don't see any requests for me to let him up.
I got him.
Oh, cool. All right, there he is. Welcome, Max. Welcome. There he is. All right, you can go ahead, buddy.
I just heard somebody say throw your hands up, so I put the little hand thing up. That's all.
Oh my God.
Hey, your hands up. Oh, you passed the assignment. I mean, hey. do you have anything about this or any questions around it?
Nah, like I said last time, I'm not too into crypto, but I'm here to learn about it.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Do you have
Aw.
any? Yeah. You have any questions that you want to ask, like
Uh,
regarding crypto?
I hadn't really thought about it. Give me a
Okay.
minute. I'll be back on.
All right, cool. I got you. Just keep throwing your hands up, man. All right, cool.
Okay.
And-
I saw someone else too. Please go ahead and throw your hands up in the air and wave them like you just don't care. If you want to come up here, we would like to see it. Also, you can request. You don't have to just throw your hands up.
I came up with one. What do you guys think about how so many things are based through Ethereum? Like you have to buy Ethereum in order to get it.
oh, as far as what, like when you're staking or
You know what? I
just?
don't do it, but I've heard a lot of these coins you have to buy Ethereum and transfer it into there. I don't know how it works, but
Oh,
seems to
okay.
me like a lot's being funneled through Ethereum. So does that affect how big Ethereum is?
Well, um, Well, okay. So if it's through the Ethereum network, then all it is like, say, for instance, you have the U.S. dollar. You need the dollar to buy that thing. So since it's on the Ethereum network, more than likely you have to use the Ethereum coin in order to get whatever you're trying to get from it, or um, purchase what you're trying to purchase.
So basically,
So
it's just a transfer.
it's just for the transaction.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And you'll see that on a lot of networks where you have to, like, for instance, in order for you to buy on the Binance Smart Chain, you have to have BSC, um, sorry, BNB,
BNB.
BNB. Well, actually, convert it over to BNB Smart Chain in order to buy what you're going to buy on that network. So yeah, it just serves as a transaction. Okay, awesome. You have any more questions?
I'm good for now. I'll think of another one.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right.
So, just for clarity, we are not gonna have the guest. I'm not sure um, what happened, but he was in clear communication with us this week, and we did let him know that it was coming this Friday. So I do apologize for anyone who came in particular to that, and we haven't received a response for today to let him know that we're beginning. So again, I do apologize.
And he's super busy, so I'm not sure like how that
Well, I
works
mean,
for him, but I'm definitely going to get back in contact with him and see what happened, because everything was all set up and you know obviously something must have happened. So we'll check on him after the show, make sure he's okay.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I do hope it's not for a bad reason, but either way, I know you guys came here for a particular reason, but that it's okay. All right, let's move on
Okay,
though.
so
Got to move on.
yeah, we do. So um I wanted to go ahead and get into the gems. Um and guys, just so y'all know, like it's if I gave you guys gems every week, then you wouldn't be able to trust me, right? Because like there can't be gems every single week, right? So I don't want to feed you guys just a whole bunch of, oh, this is gonna 100x, this is gonna 100x, and this is gonna like. I want you guys to actually have like legitimate, decent projects. Okay, so I'm not gonna promise you guys every single week that you'll get gems, but when I do have them, just know that they may do something. So personally, I like to invest in um utility coins. I don't like to invest in memes, other than Baby Doge and Doge, but I don't like to invest in memes or anything that doesn't say that it's going to be providing a service, right? And the reason why is because I just wanted to know that my investment is safe, even though it's not safe in crypto. You have to make sure that you babysit it. But um, I have two gems for today. I'm still going to say that I back Nuts Gaming. Okay. So again, nutsgaming.net. I'm going to have this posted on my page afterwards so that you guys can visit the website. But it combines esports and poker, and it takes it to the next level. You guys can go onto that website and take a look at it, see how that works for you and your investment. The next thing that I have is there are two coins that actually have launched already. Okay, and it's not. You don't always have to look for something that's in pre-sale in order to get a good gain on it. Okay, because um, even after it launches, there's still potential for you to make money, even if it's a quick trade, or if you want to just invest into it and watch it go for the next year or so, then that's up to you. So the first one that I have is called Ultimo GG. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. Let me go ahead and hit up their website real quick. Um, so it's called. Well, let me start with Purify. Purify.io. Purefi.io. And it's basically a coin. I'm just gonna read on their website. It's the only gateway for onboarding institutional money to DeFi. So they're saying that you can be compliant, remain decentralized, and stay anonymous. Their product brings traditional money from DeFi space by enabling compliance tools. Kind of curious on how that works. I'd really like to talk to these people. But it seems as though you send coins, it goes into this Purify. I think that they're making a play on words when they say Purify. They're purifying the coin and they turn it into a legit coin. Um, Definitely gonna have to do some more research on it, but I already doubled my money on Purify, so um, I like what they're doing. And they're reducing criminal record, something like that. I think you guys should just go look at the website and definitely read through it and see if this is something that you want to invest
Wait,
into.
wait,
Yes.
Jen, you said they're expunging people's criminal records. That's what you said?
Nah, nah, nah. No, that's not what I said.
This
Don't
crypto
at
is
me.
expunging people's criminal records,
It
everybody.
says no criminal records. I'm not sure exactly. It says no criminal records, not politically exposed, and legit funds. So um, I would just suggest that everybody take a look at it and see. I see a request here. Hold on one second. Who is this? Oh, Mix. Would you like to talk? Got something to say, Migs?
Bring him up.
He's up. He's
Bring
up
him
here.
up. Migs.
Migs, are you there?
Mister, I forget to unmute my mic all the time.
Oh, oops.
There it is.
Hey, so I have a question for you guys, right? People throw the term around utility token often, and you mentioned the utility token earlier today. What's the actual definition for a utility token, and like what other types of tokens exist?
Oh my God, you missed our show, Migs. We went over this 2 shows ago, but Rue, you can go ahead and take
Yeah, I
the word.
think that was like our first show, probably.
Oh, I'm
Let's do it
sorry.
again for the new people in the back.
Okay.
Well,
Why
let's
not?
ask Migs.
Recap.
What are they, Migs? Can you tell us?
Migs, what's a utility token?
I don't host a crypto show. What are you talking about?
Well, okay. Okay, so I'll get you want the exact definition? All right. So I'll go again. I'll go through each type of coin or token and break down like what exactly purpose they serve. So utility basically is a digital token. I'm just read straight out. Cryptocurrency that is issued in order to fund development of the cryptocurrency, and that can be later used to purchase a good or service offered by the issuer of the cryptocurrency. Sold utility tokens as a method of fundraising. So, what that is basically the utility is for funding what the developer is promising, right? So you're funding a startup in a sense, which would deliver a service, a good or service, and also utility tokens are a form of governance. So basically, the token's purpose is to, I guess you can say, regulate the good or service, and that is what the utility is for. So that's what holders would use the token for is through governance. So governance is basically our form of controlling what happens. So when you're investing into a stock and stockholders are able to vote on, I guess if they can do that, dilute or whatever the case may be, right? You participate in the vote, so you're governing what the company does next, and that's in a sense how utilities work. So a lot of people get securities and utilities confused because a lot of tokens fall under securities simply because they're doing a lot of tokens would end up falling under security because they're doing a fundraising. The initial coin offering, which is called an ICO, is for funding. So that already should theoretically put you under security token, right? And this is why Bitcoin falls under utility because it never offered the token to anyone or the coin to anyone. It just existed, and people decided to add liquidity to it. So that's why you'll see Bitcoin fall under utility. But a lot of tokens claim utility, but it's kind of a gray area because you're doing more, you're more operating as a business than just the token operating as like a governance, and it's just like a lot of gray area here between utility and security, because honestly 90% of token or coins on blockchain should fall under utility. I'm sorry, under security, but a lot of people just put it under utility to avoid any type of regulation with the SEC. But yeah, that's kind of the basics of utility. I'll read out security for anybody that's interested. Basically, it's a digital liquid contract for fractions of any asset that already has value. So it's connected to something outside that already has a value to it, like real estate, a car, or corporate stock. So using security tokens means investors can expect that their ownership stake is preserved on the blockchain ledger. And another thing with security when you're investing into a security, you're expecting a return as an investor. Utility does not promise that. So that's another gray area because again, 90 right, I'll probably up it 99% of tokens offer that. So it's a lot of questions around whether a lot of these tokens are securities or utilities. But generally, what a utility is for isn't for fundraising. That's it might be defined that way, but through further research, you'll see it shouldn't be for fundraising, and it should just serve as a governance to for the people to use. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my brief understanding of it. Um, but yeah, feel free to look into it a little bit more. But yeah, that's all I got for security and utility. Do you have more to add to that, Mix?
Question, Migs. Anything else? Migs. Well, Migs be doing.
Migs, unmute the mic.
Unmute. Just keep it unmuted, Mix.
Migs, just unmute the mic, sir.
Okay, we have Max still back. You have a question? Maxie.
There you
Well,
go.
okay.
Y'all gotta learn how to unmute these mics, man.
No, I didn't know if you were talking to me or him. So how do you know the difference between a security and a utility token?
Okay, so generally all right. Again, with the gray area, a lot of tokens go under utility, regardless of what people or what it's defined as. Because again, once you offer or do some form of offering for the coin, you're classified as a utility, right? Um, so that's kind of one way. Now, if they offer as a STO, sorry, so if you offer as an initial coin offering, so initial coin offering basically are thin air offerings. Like you're providing an idea that you want to provide, like some service that you want to provide for your investors, but you don't have anything to really show for it. So again, that's why I say it's out of thin air, right? STOs are security token offerings, basically, where they've done the population proper filings. This is something that's attached to something outside of crypto, and it classifies as a security. And now they're offering it as just like how you do an IPO, initial public offering, but in the form of crypto, right? And how you be able to identify that is obviously what they um, initially come into the market as. So if they say initial coin offering, they're probably identifying as a utility. If they come in as an STO, they're identifying as security. Then you have other ones that I can go over as well. But does that answer your question?
Yep, that was perfect.
Okay, cool. Migs, what's up, man? I'm waiting for your answer. We all dying for it.
Hey, Ru, can I jump in here or what?
Oh yeah, my man. Go ahead, Jay. I know you did some research on this too. Go ahead.
Gio, Gio,
Yeah, what's up?
I'm eating a pizza. Guess what it has on it?
No, if you say
Oh
pineapple, I
God,
swear to God, don't you
we
fucking
don't need
dare
him to
do
kill
that.
everybody on the panel now.
Don't do that. Don't. I swear to God, you know I quit smoking. Like I'm very violent right now. But listen, you know what? I don't really have a question because everybody here knows what I'm all about in the crypto space now. But I just wanted to say that Meg, I'm your biggest fan, and I would love your autograph so I can put it on my nightstand, and every night before I go to sleep,
Oh my god.
I look at the autograph of the
My mic
seashells.
works. My mic works.
Okay.
Let me
30
get one
minutes
too,
later, he
Mig,
can
so I can
unmute
sell
his
it as an
mic.
NFT.
Yeah,
Hey,
I want your autograph.
I'll take just 100 hodl and I'll send it to you tonight.
Hold on to the moon.
You know I'm
Y'all
not
something
gonna
else.
listen. You know I'm not
Every
gonna do
chance,
that. I won't give you
every
that.
chance y'all get. All right, so Mig, since we have you back, what's up? What you got to add?
What's going on?
What's your idea of a utility?
What's my idea of a utility?
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to your response, right?
Mm.
And I 100% agree. The utility has to be not necessarily tied to the token being something that is necessarily appreciated. It has to be something that is actually providing some kind of function.
Hmm.
So if you're taking a look at, for example, you're creating a coin, and the coin will be the only thing used in a marketplace, that is definitely the specified utility for that coin. However, if you are creating a coin and you're saying, I'm simply going to be trading this coin back and forth and I'm doing nothing else with the coin, that doesn't necessarily fall under what, I don't even know what that falls under. I guess that would be some kind of gray area somewhere, right?
Well, honestly, the thing is, once you do, did they offer a pre-sale or did they just launch? Like
Just launched.
fair launch. Yeah,
So
fair
like a
launch.
lot of those shit coins.
A fair launch will under that's basically Bitcoin. Bitcoin is considered a utility because again they didn't know offering, and they just existed, and people decided to add liquidity to it. So if any other coin takes that same approach, they're not promising anything. They're just identifying as a currency.
Hmm.
So they're considered a utility by default.
Huh,
Hey
interesting.
guys.
Hey,
So sorry to cut y'all off and everything, but our guest just showed up. Something happened
okay.
with his
Oh,
schedule and he's here now.
Awesome.
Can you guys
Look,
hear
Hey
me?
Ken.
Hey guys,
look,
what's
that's
up?
the perfect way to close out. Why not?
Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know why my auto scheduler changed to 6 a.m. Um, that's my apologies. How's it
No
going,
worries,
guys?
man. We are very thankful that you came.
Yeah, yeah. So sorry
So,
about that.
no,
What's
no,
going
no
on?
worries, man. No worries. Well, we're excited to have you here, Ken. Now, issue is we got 6 minutes left.
All good.
So unless you can answer the questions at light speed.
Yeah, all good.
Nah.
All good. I could.
So
I think
Let's
I'll
try
do it.
it.
what I would say, let's just go through it. Whoever wants to stay on after, please feel free. We'll just have to run over today. I'm happy that we had our talks. Maybe we can go over a little bit more in depth with what we previously talked about because we would love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
So okay, cool. So welcome, Ken, y'all. We finally made it. Very happy to have him on. If you guys can share it out and let let's just retweet this out. Let people know Ken is here to save us. So we're good to go.
Yeah, let me tweet this real quick.
Nice, awesome. Thank you, Ken. All right, so let's get into it. Do you want to tweet it out first, Ken, before we get
Yep,
started?
done,
Yeah,
Okay,
everybody, can you just tweet out the room real quick
done.
so we can get everybody in here? Let them know that Ken's in the building.
awesome. Okay, so once we get that tweeted out, get some more people in here, we can go ahead and start the interview, man.
Sweet man, let's do it.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So I do want to introduce the panel. We have Jen the Crypto. She's our gem hunter. We
Jen the
have our
Crypto.
oh, is it Jen the Crypto? See, Ken the Crypto made me.
It's Ken the
It's stuck in
Crypto
my head
and
to.
Jen Oates,
It's stuck in my
Crypto
head now.
Queen.
Okay, Jen the Crypto Queen. Sorry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, is that
Yeah, yeah.
you,
So
Ken?
gem the crypto. Yeah, that was formerly what I did. I just looked for crypto gems, before I started my projects now. So yeah, I was just a regular influencer. Just made a lot of reviews about altcoins, a lot of low cap gems, and honestly, I got kind of bored of it, and then I started on to make my own projects, 100x coin, and project on Matic, which is called Cream Pie Swap.
Wow.
Nice. That's awesome. Honestly, that's a pretty good route. Can you give us, a background of about yourself, kind of just how you got into trading crypto, like the very beginning, if you don't mind?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it started off. I was a broke college kid. Uh, I didn't know how to make money. I had no job. I had a year left before I was gonna be a nurse, and I was in my room one day and I was thinking, oh, I don't know, how I'm gonna achieve my goals of making money while not having to work for a full time job. So I started dabbling around Google, looking up how to make money online, and of course, I found Bitcoin, Ethereum. It was around Bitcoin was a couple $100. Ethereum was like $10, $20. So I decided,
Whoa.
well, why not? Let me put some of my remaining money that I had left, which was only a few $100s, to. I think it was $1,000 because I wrote an essay one time and I BS'd the essay and I ended up winning $1,000. But I put it in there and turned $10, $20 into $100 on Ethereum, and I was hooked. That was crypto for me. And then from there, I just went all in, traded shit coins, traded meme coins, turned that $100 into 1,000, into 20,000, into six figures. And then eventually I started making YouTube videos because, you know what? I had enough knowledge of finding some gems and looking at the fundamentals of what make some of these coins pump. So I started making some videos, made my first video, and after that I got hooked, right? Because it was pretty nerve wracking making my first video. But after that, people started watching, one viewer, two viewers, five viewers, and eventually I made another video the next day, the next day, the next day, and eventually, that's what I did from 2018 all the way through 2019. Started a few businesses. Um, I hopped from business to business just because, for me, it was just fun starting something new, like creating things. And eventually, earlier this year, I started 100x Coin. 100x Coin, all-time high, $80 million in market cap. Now we have our own app. It's called 100x Alt Base. We are now on our way to register as an actual exchange, an actual financial institution. So that should be happening within the next month or two. But we do have our own app. We just listed Safe Moon today, Feg yesterday, and Mini, I think, Baby Doge in the next 5 days. And we just recently landed Pacquiao as our biggest partner, celebrity partner. So we're gonna have our own QR code in the middle of that fight on August 21st. His biggest fight, or I think it's his last fight. So it's gonna be millions of people that's gonna scan that QR code. And then recently just started a project on the Polygon network because we're heavily bullish on the Polygon network. So it's called Cream Pie Swap. That's going on in the background. But I'm still sort of an influencer. I still make videos, still do talks like these, and it's really fun. So that's kind of like a little backstory about me.
Nice. That's one hell of a story, man. I love that. And I think a lot of people get hooked the same way that you said you did. You
Yeah.
just see that money like increase out of nowhere, and especially in crypto, you only get that in two areas: the OTC and then have it. Your questions to ask?
Oh, me or Jen?
Jen. Oh, sorry, I
Okay,
forgot
okay.
your names. Y'all sound
Yes,
the
it sounds the same.
same.
Okay, so yes, I do have a question.
Yeah, go
So
ahead, Jen.
you're the co-founder of the Cream Pie Swap, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's on the Polygon network.
Polygon network. Yeah.
Why did you choose the Polygon network?
So it's a bit of a big bet because like we don't know how the Polygon network is gonna go, to be honest, right? It's kind of like betting on Binance Smart Chain when it was just at the very beginning stages. Uh, we chose Polygon network just because of the numbers. The stats are showing like at one point there was a bunch of wallets.
I think you cut out, Ken.
Oh, you accidentally muted. It looked like.
Sorry. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We noticed that there was a bunch of numbers going up. Like there at one point there was about a couple 100,000 wallets a day. I think that's what's happening right now with Matic. Um, it's built on top of Ethereum, so it's not like competing with Ethereum. It's just complementing it. So if Ethereum blows up, then in long term, then Polygon, this is my opinion, of course, that it will go up as well. So it's sort of like creating Pancake Swap or Bakery Swap or Uniswap when it was the beginning stages of the Binance Smart Chain and ERC20, and now we're kind of betting on this network. So really we're betting on Polygon, right? So if Polygon goes well, then without a doubt, I think Cream Pie Swap is gonna go well. And then we're working on it with another project called Launch Zone. So they're a pretty established project. They're heavy on the tech side. CZ Binance actually follows both of our projects. So we've already kind of built a community around Binance Smart Chain, and we just took it over to the Polygon network, and we're kind of bridging both networks in terms of the users together.
So I have a question for Ken. Um, why cream pie swap? You're talking about like banana cream pies, right? And just exchanging them, right? That's what
Yeah.
we're
Let's
talking
just say
about, right?
that. Let's just
Yeah.
say that.
Okay. Okay. So we're exchanging banana cream pies,
No,
everybody.
it's just
If you
like
were,
cream pie, like the actual pie. So I
yeah.
had,
Okay.
so the way we marketed it was the way I was pieing myself in the face every single day, up until the launch. So if you look, I mean, it's probably buried now throughout all the number of tweets that we've had since then. But throughout that whole, we had about a week and a half of marketing it because it was like a last minute thing. But we had a week and a half of marketing it. The way we marketed it was like I cream pied myself on my live stream every single day. Had people cream pie myself as well. So we were on the streets videotaping people. Hey, listen, cream pie swap me. Here's a pie. Just landing on my face. So that's the way we did it, and as well as our community, we sold out. I think it was like we closed around $2 million, and it was on short notice, and that was just because of our community, which was honestly incredible. We didn't think it would happen, but we made it happen, and now that's that. Like, and then the name itself, it was pretty catchy. The logo is like a cat with a pie on it.
Yeah, everybody loves cats and pies. That's the perfect combination.
Yep.
Oh my God, I
All right,
don't
I have two
know.
people with
Hold
questions.
on. So, okay, let me clarify, guys. So, we will be taking questions through the panel. So please send your questions initially through the panel, and then after the panel is done asking questions, we can either just have you come up, okay? But if you want to answer
Yeah.
at this moment, please just send us the questions. And once we're done asking the questions to the guests, then we'll invite someone up if we have time. All right, cool. Cool. Thank you for that, Ken. All right. My next question for you is regarding Polygon. Um, Now, let's say if Polygon becomes successful and it works, do you believe that it would pretty much end, like developers would pretty much deter from going to the BSC network? Because Polygon is essentially, to me, is just, a placeholder for Ethereum 2.0, correct? Or how would you?
Right. I mean, as for now, it is. Um, and like I said, I don't think that if one network does really well, it's not like saying like, oh, if Ethereum does really well, then that means then is Binance Smart Chain gonna go away? I don't think so. I think there's still gonna be a lot of money flowing in and out. I think if anything, it's gonna breed a lot of innovation, as with every competition in the space does. So it's really just gonna promote a lot of new founders, a lot of people that are trying to start their own crypto projects, keep on building, and always people are always going to find a way to bridge other projects, or at least fork their project, as we've seen people having projects on Ethereum. They forked on the Binance Smart Chain, and then they forked onto Matic. So I think I think they all really coexist.
Awesome. Love it. Do we have any more questions from the panel?
I have a question. Hey Ken, how you doing?
Good,
How
brother. How
would
are you?
you? I'm good. I'm good. How would you compare coding on Polygon, to actually coding on the BSC platform?
In terms of code.
Yeah, coding, deployment. Getting your product on the network.
So I would say that Polygon right now is a little bit more difficult. And that's really the hurdle with anything that's new in crypto, is that there's always that drawback of really trying to get in the network. So I would say it's a lot harder to get in on Polygon, which is a drawback right now, but it's also a benefit because I mean that's how essentially how it's you're very early on in the space when people have a hard time getting into it, sort of like how people had a hard time getting in Bitcoin when Bitcoin just started out, or Ethereum, or Uniswap. Like no one knew what Uniswap was. Like that's a ridiculous name, and people had a hard time. I remember getting really back into crypto in late 2020. That's really when I went all in on crypto again. I was like, yo, what is Uniswap? What is PancakeSwap? Like I had a hard time maneuvering around those platforms. And I think that the same thing is happening with Polygon today, is the fact that it's something that's really foreign, but at the same time it's already sort of proven because there's users hopping on into it. It's just sort of an innovation layer built on top of something that's already working.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Do we have any questions from the panel?
Yes. So I have a question from Elon Musk. Well, yes, Elon Musk. When will other tokens be added to Clean Pie Swap?
Yeah, so we've already started having tokens listed on CreamFi Swap. I mean, it is a DEX, decentralized exchange, so at any point, any projects can list on CreamFi Swap. And actually, we've been doing something pretty special for the first few projects that list on CreamFi Swap, which is that if you are a founder and you have an idea and you have a team and you want to launch on Polygon Network, then we will help you with your marketing. We'll do an AMA with you on our own Telegram. We'll help you with we'll advise you with a lot of marketing campaigns and do a lot of retweets and shout outs for you with our already existing community. And then some of the projects will even help you raise funds. So there's a project I haven't mentioned it yet that we're gonna help IDO on our partners platform. So that's gonna be very exciting. Other than that, projects have already listed on CreamFi Swap. They just added liquidity onto it. It's still fairly new. We don't have that much total value locked yet, but that's kind of the thing that like we're really betting on this network to blow up. And we have seen competition go up, like for example, Dino Swap, which is funny because the week before our launch, we actually had a pretty deep discussion with some of the Polygon team members. And funny enough, like the week after we launched, Polygon launches their own, I guess, DEX, which is called Dino Swap, onto on the network itself, which is pretty funny. It's like I don't know if it's a coincidence or if it allowed or if it made them step up and make their own decks. But it's really funny how this is all going to turn out.
Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. So, thank you for those answers, Ken. We appreciate it.
Yeah, but
So, we're gonna start allowing people to come up. Please send your requests now. We'll get a few from the audience before we move on to close out the show. Okay. So please send your requests in now. We can get you up here.
Hey, can I ask a quick question, Rue?
Yes, ma'am.
I swear it'll be an actual quick question, not a Hannah quick question. So, Ken, hi.
Hey.
I was wondering, what value do you think that the Polygon network adds? Say that's like over, say the Binance Smart Chain. If Binance Smart Chain, would you choose Polygon? And if so, why?
Sorry, so I was muted, but it really boils down to what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to go for um you know a lot of quick money, then a lot of people will just launch their meme coins on the Binance Smart Chain. We knew that we weren't gonna pump straight out of the gate when we launched on the Polygon network because number one, there's not much. There hasn't been like a moon coin yet. For example, like Safe Moon, which kind of set the trend for the amount of meme coins that we're gonna be launched in the Binance Smart Chain. So that's something to think about. If you for us, like CreamPie Swap is a very long-term project. We're in here for the long haul, and we're already thinking of ways to sort of survive the bear market. We have cash reserves ready for that. So you know, we're 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 not marketing sort of like how a meme coin markets, which is a bunch of influencer marketing, a bunch of retweets, shout outs. Uh, we're using all our funds to just keep on building and keep on adding new features and keep making partnerships with other projects. So that's there for the long term. But I guess to answer your question, short term, I would say if you want short term projects, launch on the Binance Smart Chain. If you want for longer term, launch on the Polygon Network because the team is absolutely solid. Every one of these guys on the Polygon Network, they know exactly what they're doing. They're very tech heavy, which is sort of the thing that you want to focus on when you, in my opinion, if you want to put your money in long term projects, which is like sort of like Ethereum, which is very tech heavy in the beginning, or Solana is very tech heavy. Like a project with a lot of developers. I think those are the projects that are there to stay in the long term.
Nice. Okay, we have our first. All right, cool. We just let him up. Thank you, Jen. All right, so James, welcome, James. Did you get him up?
Yeah, he's up.
I don't see him. I think he went back down. James, if you can request again, we'll let you come back up. Okay, so we got James didn't request, so I'm gonna let Rick. I don't know, man. All right, welcome, Risky. How you doing, brother? I guess we gotta tell everybody unmute your mic if you want to talk.
Risky, you have a question?
Okay.
So we're gonna have
Yeah.
a spaces just on unmuting your mic. I promise you.
Yeah, we need to like a whole.
Hey, I like this thing that you guys run. How often do you guys do this, by the way?
So
We do
we
it
we
Friday.
we okay. So our main um audio show or podcast is Sundays, which
Mm-hmm.
we host. Anyone that comes on who can provide some good knowledge. But this one is crypto specific, which is every Friday at
Mm-hmm.
8 p.m. Eastern time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never dabbled around in
And
in Twitter live before, so this is very interesting.
yeah, we actually have another show that even goes more in depth. Our guy West Coast Closer, he goes even more into trading stocks. So we,
Yep.
we really expand into pretty much every market and go really in depth by inviting people who has the experience and knowledge like you, um, and just doing spaces to kind of educate people to be more equipped for themselves and self sufficient.
Yeah, Ken, go ahead and
That's
follow
awesome, man.
the OTC Club. So the
Yeah, and
OTC Club.
everybody here, please follow all the panel so you
Mm-hmm.
can stay updated, okay? Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the next person come up. We got Anthony. Hopefully, Anthony knows how to unmute his mic.
Hold on. Did Risky ask his question?
Risky, he wouldn't
Hello.
respond. All right, here we go. Go ahead, Anthony.
I'm new to crypto. Um, Obviously, I just deal on the Binance Smart Chain. It's a fast launch thing. It's quick money. I just invest. I work construction. So my biggest question is I've been rugged a few times. Probably wasted $1,500 in projects that were pulls. What's the best way for new people to find rugs and like save your money?
So the best way for people to find projects that don't rug you.
Yeah, like the best backdoor checks. Like
Yeah. So for me, I used to do. I mean, it's been a while since I made plays. Like being a founder definitely changes a lot of perspective. It's like sometimes I want to go for that quick money and do some rug plays. That's what we call it when we go after like these projects, these high risk projects. But like as a founder, as I haven't focused much on that. But back then, it used to be like when I say back then, I'm talking about like a couple months ago, like DX sale. So that was where I found a lot of my projects that I did like 10, 20, 50, 100x on. Like for example, I did a play on like one of the examples like just pig finance. Um, like I just put a couple $100 in there. I left it. Did a 5x. Took my initial investment out, and then left it again, and then made six figures on that trade just off a couple $100. See, it's the same way people made like millions of dollars on Safe Moon when they put in a couple $100, and it's just those things. Like what I look at is like if the team is constantly like being a founder, I see more and more projects that are more likely to rug versus I also see projects that are like actually there and they actually mean to be there and not rug people. So I really see like it just changes the whole perspective on me. But really a big indicator is like if a project is constantly active on social media, if the founders are doing live live voice chats like constantly, if the founder if the project never plans on revealing their identity, then probably most of the time that's gonna be a rug. Like, I'm just gonna say it. But if the project and of course you could argue that Pancake Swap gonna rug since they never revealed their identity. Who really knows, right? all you know is that there's a lot of money involved in there, but there's always that risk. But with new projects, it's extremely high risk. So I would say look for the team, look for the activity. If if the activity is there, if the team is being transparent and maybe plans on revealing themselves, then it has a shot of 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 making you some. I also want to point out that if a project is all just about memes and they don't plan to build any utility or any use case around it, then most of the time it's going to be a short-term play, and it's only a matter of time before that project goes away. And you always have to keep in mind that the bear market will happen, and 99% of the projects will go away
or hit bottom and run at
Yeah,
bottom for a
exactly.
while. But trading platforms, like you talk about, you're making your own platform.
Yeah.
How do you start moving out of the Binance chain and getting into all these other platforms and trading?
Sorry, before I want to answer that question, I actually want to add on that a lot of projects we've seen in this crypto dip, like they've run out of money. Um, some partners of ours, they've ran out of money, and that's really the thing that is a make or break with projects. Once they run out of money, they're fucked. Like
Yeah,
they're fucked. Like
baby,
the investors lose confidence. They stop innovating. They stop marketing. They stop paying their team. The project is done for.
yeah,
And it's gonna be
baby
hard
Doge
to
June
recover.
12th.
What was that?
Bought baby Doge June 12th. I I missed the big pump by like 7 days.
Yeah, and it's those things. It's like, I mean, Baby Doge, isn't it listed on like Binance or something like that?
Yeah, it started Binance, but it's everywhere now, and they're just trying to
Yeah.
publicize it a lot. But it's not it's a meme coin, right? Like meme coins are shit coins. I get that. I want to get into utility, but I'm just trying to understand the network, like how it all works better.
Right. So I mean, meme coins. I mean, obviously this is all my opinion, but meme coins, I think that they're short-term plays, and I think that meme coins can be used of something like for like it could be turned into a utility. So like you never really know, but if it's listed on Binance, I think the project has a shot of actually like lasting for a long time. Sorry, what was your other question? That the one you asked? Kind of got
It was
sidetracked.
just, yeah, sorry, man, I'm getting in everybody's way, but it's just like moving from the Binance chain. How do you explore these other polygons and the Ethereum networks, right?
Yeah. So a software that I use is DApp Radar. It shows a lot of new DeFi projects, projects that allow you to farm, allow you to stake. That was actually a strategy that I used a lot in the beginning of the Binance Smart Chain when it was blowing up. So what I would do is when there's a new project that comes out, usually most of the time the farm or the stake is like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000%.
Ken,
So what I
you're
would
kind
do
of
is,
cutting out. Okay, there we go.
you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, so usually Binance Smart Chain, when it started out, there was a bunch of DeFi projects coming out with farming and staking, and they offered like 5,000% APR. So what I would do is I would try to get in there early, uh, get put like, I don't know, $1,000 in there, let's say, get my rewards out, and then break even, and then pull those out, and then leave the rest, and then see what happens after that. And then
Right.
I would just wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
that's like a strategy when it comes to farming, but it's highly, highly, highly risky because
I've
those
tried
platforms most of those rug.
NFT gaming staking is what I'm trying out now.
Yeah, and you always have to look at the narrative. Like for example, like a lot of gaming projects are blowing up right now, right? Like Binamon, um, and a lot of
Dynamart.
these. Yeah, a lot of these, like you always have to see like where the hype is at, and if you want to make the short term money, go after that. But like I think that I think there's always gonna be a room for rug. Like no matter what niche you're gonna get into, there's always gonna be a lot of rugs. So just keep that in mind.
Play the
Hey,
game.
When you're going for the short term money, then expect to get rugged. Like that's just how the game is played.
can I add
Thank
to
you.
this as well? I do
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to ask the question about rug pulls. So you have two forms of rug pulls, in my opinion. And you can expand upon it. You have the
yeah.
one where they instantly remove the liquidity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Mm-hmm.
have where they slow rug. Could you kind of give us either more ways that they rug, or could you expand upon how to identify a slow rug pull?
Yeah. So fast rug pull is pretty obvious. You wake up, all the liquidity's done. Like it's gone. A slow rug pull, I would say, is the team just slowly just kind of fades away, um, and like just slow big sells, and like the team like doesn't or the project doesn't really do anything anymore. Like they stop marketing, they stop building stuff. I think that's what a slow rug is. Or you could always say that okay, the project isn't doing much because they ran out of money. And at the end of the day, it really just goes back to transparency, right? If a project is out of money and they don't say they're out of money, and then they just kind of delay it, then I think that's just being dishonest to the investors. Like, um, I try to be as transparent as possible to our investors. Like, um, before Cream Pie Swap, like one of the biggest reasons why we also launched Cream Pie Swap was because 100x coin was at one point we blew a lot of our budget on these influencers, on celebrities, which was great. It definitely grabbed a lot of hype. But there was a point where we were blowing so much money on these promotions that we didn't even think about our budget. Like it was just so exciting, just like spending money and getting and like hyping everyone. And then at one point we were like, oh dude, like we gotta sit down and build more stuff. And that's when we kind of sort of came up with Cream Pie Swap. Like what's something that we can complement our existing project and keep our investors happy, and at the same time maintaining that long term vision. And we came out with Cream Pie Swap, and we said that hey, a portion of this goes back into the 100x coin, the 100x coin bank. That way, we could keep hiring developers, keep building things, and it turned out pretty well. So it's just those things. Like I said, just keeping that transparency with investors always, um, versus like not telling them what's up. eh, I think that's like a slow rug pull.
Nice. Okay. Anthony, thank you for your questions. I'm gonna go ahead and let
Thanks,
someone
guys.
else come up. No problem. All right. Can we get one more person to come up to ask your questions, and then we're gonna move on. Anybody else request, please? All right. Go. Panel. Do you guys have any questions from the audience that they sent in? Are we good?
I don't
Nope.
have any questions from the
Thank you.
audience, but I
Okay.
wanted to ask the question. Um, Ken, what do you do in your free time when you're not building 100x coin and cream pie swap?
I'm a fucking degenerate on my free time. So, I mean, I'm 25 years old. So I mean, like honestly,
Yes.
like
Wow.
like like sometimes it's like running two projects. It's a lot of mind a lot of mind games, like going back and forth. So like I'm whatever normal 25-year-old person does. I mean, like I go to festivals. I go. I'm into the nightlife scene. I hang out with friends. Just normal stuff. So that's really what I do. I hit the gym. I go hiking. Like so just normal stuff. But anything just to like get my mind off crypto. That's really what I do.
Get your
That's
mind up.
cool.
And that's the hard part, dude. Because I've tried to not think about
There's
crypto,
no
but I
such
end up dreaming
thing.
about
Right. That's cool.
it.
Crypto's on your
Yeah.
mind
so,
24
so
hours.
Yeah.
okay.
24
A
hours.
I,
degenerate.
I do, and we're all degenerates up here, by the way. So I do want to ask you, Kim, before we probably bring the last person up here, which is I believe I love crying. Oh, cryptocurrency. Okay, I didn't read that all the way through.
Okay.
All right. Is what advice would you give to developers, especially that's around your age, but developers who are trying to grow their token or just get into developing tokens or projects?
Yeah, I would say the number one thing is always be a leader, and making sure that you're always working harder than anybody else, within your team, because I think that the reason why a lot of projects just kind of fade away into existence is because the founder kind of just, I don't know, they fuck off somewhere, and they kind of leave their team just working, and the founder like there's got to be like a leader to lead a team and making sure that like that leader, everything is their responsibility. Like for everything that happens for 100x coin, like I take full responsibility. Anything that fucks up, I tell my team it's my fault. I tell the community it's my fault. Um, and it's just one of those things. Like it's like it's huge because at the end of the day, what makes a project keeps going is the team, the community, and just the culture around it. Um, and I believe if there's no culture around a project or a business, I don't think that thing is gonna last a while because nobody wants to be around there. Um, a lot of my team members they already make a lot of money. Like they make money trading off shit coins. And I asked them like, why are you guys in here? Like, what do you guys work with me? Like, what do you guys work with 100x coin, cream pie swap? And they said, dude, it's fun. It's fun being part of something big. It's fun being part of something and building something in a space that they believe in. And it's the same thing for me. Like I don't pay myself from 100x coin or cream pie swap. But I have a lot of fun doing it. It's just and I think that's with a lot of developers and people that build things on crypto. Like the projects that are built now, they didn't build it because of money. They built it because it's just fun. It's just like something that like, oh, dude, like you're part of a movement.
No, that man, that was gold. That's perfect, and I think that you're very very right on that. Honestly, it all starts with the
Also, I
culture.
gotta go, guys. But
Okay.
with that said, guys, thanks for anyone like for waiting for me. I appreciate all of you. Um, yeah, like hopefully I could be here again. I'm sorry for being late. Hey guys, I got a jet.
All right, man. We
All right.
appreciate you coming, though, man.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right, you have a good one. All right. Damn, I'm so sorry. I love cryptocurrency. Just let you answer. I didn't expect that coming. Okay, but we do appreciate Ken coming on, and hopefully we can have him back on in the future if you guys have any. But feel free to just follow him, answer his questions. He's really communicative. So I'm sure he'll reach out to you. Or if you guys have any questions for us, feel free to ask. All right, so we were gonna play the game today. We can still play it, but it's running pretty late. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna go ahead and close out early,
you
y'all.
guys,
We're late.
we're so sorry. This is kind of like a spontaneous type of show today. It turned out to
Yeah,
be at least.
yeah. The show was pretty much designed for him. So, um, uh,
But
we
we're
yeah.
so
Go ahead.
happy that he actually, well, he made it on. Even though his scheduling was thrown off a bit, I still respect the fact that he came on, and let us know what was going on. So I respect that. And I have a new thing that I can look at now, 100x coin. I'll be looking into that, and I can give you guys an update next week on how we feel about it and cream pie swap. So do your DD, guys. Look those two things up and see how you guys feel about it. And I will finish my gems next week. I'll just give you the names of them. So it was Ultimo.gg or UltimoGG, and also what was the other one? Purify. So I'm gonna have those posted on my page so you guys can go look into it, and wait for a nice entry point to get into it if you want to. Not financial advice. But yeah, so we'll wrap that up, wrap this up, and you guys can look at my page afterwards so they can get a summary of what we actually talked about today.
Alrighty, you guys. Thank you for joining us today at the OTC Club presents Cryptalk. Join us this Sunday for Zach Morris on the OTC Club. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alrighty, you guys.
Hold
Awesome.
on,
All right.
hold
Yeah.
on. Is this Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell?
This is Zach
Yeah.
Morris, not from Saved by the Bell,
Not the
but
actual Zach
we're,
Morris, but
we're
our
talking about.
FinTwit the Zach Morris.
Yeah.
Oh,
Join
okay,
us,
okay,
Zach
okay.
Morris. We'll be
Okay,
there.
so everybody give us a follow. Everybody on the panel, please go ahead and follow us. And we will see you on OTC Club on Sunday.
All
Thank you,
right.
guys.
Y'all
Night,
go have
guys.
a
Have a
good
good
night.
weekend.
Oh,
Great
All
job,
right.
Baru. Good job, Jen. Everybody.
yes. All right. Later, y'all.